Hello, this is Gabriel with Renew Tile and Grout Restoration, and I wanted to come on and give you a little demonstration on grout sealers. That's one of the areas that a lot of folks have questions about. They're wondering if they should or shouldn't seal their grout, how important it is, how they help, how often you have to seal them. Those are all questions that I can answer for you. And if you stay tuned to the end, I'll let you know on the secret to keeping your grout looking as clean as possible for as long as possible. And it does help to have the right sealer. So I'm going to turn this camera around and go ahead and show you what I'm talking about here. All right, so let me get you the demonstration and some education on grout and grout sealers. These three lines are the same color grout. This one has no sealer whatsoever. I've been using this to demonstrate to folks what sealers do. This one has 5 coats of sealer, and that's 5 coats. And most of the time when you have your tile installed, there's never been a conversation about sealing your grout. So what happens is most of the time, as the installers are wrapping up the job, the homeowner's like, hey, are you going to seal my grout? And it wasn't talked about in the beginning. And so what happens is the installer puts a coat of sealer and calls it good. In some instances, you may need multiple coats of sealer. And so a lot of times grout doesn't get sealed at all. I know builders don't seal grout. Most tile installers don't seal grout. But if they do, they're going to use what's called a penetrating sealer. It penetrates into the grout. It does not change the appearance of the grout. It just gives it some protection, but your grout remains semi-porous, which means dirt and grime still gets into the pores of the grout. This one has the sealer we use. It is a sealer that will be on your grout 10 plus years. It'll make your grout completely non-porous. And if after cleaning your grout still looks like it's stained, this will cover old stains and again give it maximum protection. So most of the time when you get your grout sealed, it'll be cleaner, but because it's never been properly sealed, it'll have some heavy staining that will not come off. You won't be able to remove it. And so the only way to cover up old stains is to apply a color sealer. So let me demonstrate how these sealers work. Again, this is the line with no sealer. This is the line that has 5 coats of a penetrating sealer, which is what most other companies are going to offer you. And when I say other companies, carpet cleaning companies offer tile and grout cleaning services. Renew Tile and Grout, we specialize in hard surfaces, so we only work with tile and stone, and so we are the experts in tile and grout restoration. So as you can see here, I applied the same liquid here to all of these grout lines, and you can see how this got even darker. It's because this got absorbed into the grout, and as previously you noticed that was the darker grout line. That's the one that has the most staining because it has no sealer. Now this one, it gives it some protection. As you can see, it's still penetrated, it's dark, but from the old demonstrations that I've done, you can see that this one's not as stained as this one because this has some protection. And when you clean grout that has some sealer, it will clean up better than a grout that has no sealer. So this is better than nothing, but still, as you can see, things still get through it. And this sealer, you have to reapply at least once a year. It just depends on what cleaners you use to maintain your floor in order for it to remain effective. This one is the one Renew Tile and Grout offers. Not only does it seal, but it'll make your grout look brand new again. And so I'm going to show you here, same liquid. And as you can see, you have no darkening of the grout like you do here and like you do there. This liquid penetrated these two, the unsealed, the one sealed with the penetrating sealer, but it did nothing to the one with the color sealer. Again, this is used to give maximum protection to your grout and to restore or to change the color of your grout. All right, so you saw how sealers work and the potential of your grout being permanently stained if it never gets sealed. And so I told you that if you stuck around, I'd tell you the secret to keeping your grout looking as clean as possible, as long as possible. And the secret is don't mop your floor. Tile and grout should be very easy to maintain. I recommend after we restore tile and grout is to sweep it, vacuum it as often as you need, as often as you want. And I recommend just spot mopping spills here and there, because if you notice, your floor is clean. Most of the time just needs to be swept, and you might have some maybe muddy paws that came in from your pets, or the kids spilled some Kool-Aid or something, you know, under the table, and you got some dry, you know, liquid. And so really spot mopping does a lot. I understand you might want to do your bathrooms more often. If, you know, for sanitary purposes, you could use a steamer to do that. But the most important thing is, if you are mopping weekly, you got to make sure you're changing your mop water. Because what happens in most cases, you're mopping a section, you put that mop back in your mop bucket, the water turns gray. If you don't change that gray water out with clean water, you're mopping with gray water, and the water that puddles up in your grout, the crevices of your tile, it's there. And so when the water evaporates, what's left behind is the dirt that was in that gray water. So if you are going to mop more often, you need to change out your mop water, or buy a machine that will literally mop your floor and vacuum up the dirty water. It'll put it in a dirty waste tank so that dirty mop water never gets back on your floor. If you have any questions about your tile and your grout and how to best maintain it, you know, give me a call, 432-262-3732, and I'd be glad to answer any questions about your tile and grout. One other thing, things like mop and glow, things like there's an apparatus, you know, that comes with the cleaner that a lot of people use. Well, the name slipped. There's a lot of those cleaners that really, what they do is they just accumulate in the grout. And some of those cleaners actually attract more dirt than anything. And if anything says shine or glow, like mop and glow, do not apply it to your floor. It's the worst thing you could apply to your floor, and it's expensive to strip that off. So again, if you have any questions, give me a call, 432-262-3732. Thank you.